Sakura Dreams, Chapter 4. Alix stretched and checked her phone. The countdown on her home screen showed there were 28 days until she left for Japan. Yesterday turned out to be a good day. She successfully sorted through most of her belongings. She decided it was time to grab some breakfast, so she shuffled out of bed and headed to the kitchen. She found her mom sitting on the floor surrounded by various dishes, pots, pans, plates, and baking sheets. An empty box sat next to her, waiting for her to decide what to keep. "Bare necessities, Eileen. We can buy more when we get settled," her mom muttered to herself. It was never a good sign when she talked to herself, and Alix could tell she hadn't slept. Without saying a word, Alix headed to the coffee pot and started brewing a pot of her mom's favorite coffee. Insomnia had long been her mom's friend, and caffeine helped her survive many sleepless nights. Alix sat on the floor in front of her mom. "Hey, Mom, you need some help?" she asked, grabbing her mom's favorite baking sheet and handing it to her. "You use this one the most." "Thanks." Her mom took the pan and put it in the box. "I couldn't sleep, so I decided to go through the kitchen. As you can see, I didn't get much done." She sighed and picked out a few more of her favorite dishes, placing them in the box. "I've got coffee brewing for you, and I'm happy to help if you want to try sleeping." Alix handed her another pan to add to the box. "You take such good care of me. I'm glad you're making this move with me." Her mom looked at her with tears in her eyes. "We'll be okay, Mom. It'll be a fun adventure. You know you've always wanted to live in Japan, and now you get to live there for at least 3 years. Alix handed her 2 of her favorite coffee mugs. Taking the mugs, her mom nodded and took a deep breath. "You're right, it'll be fun." Just then the coffee maker beeped. "I'll take a break to have some coffee, then come back to this." Standing, she walked over to the fridge and took out the creamer. "Do you want a cup?" Without waiting for an answer, she grabbed 2 mugs from the cupboard and started to pour the coffee. The familiar motions eased some of the tension in her shoulders. "Sure, I'll take some. I'll fix us some breakfast to go with it." Alix stood and grabbed the eggs from the fridge. She decided to make eggs and toast to get a little protein in their bodies and give them strength for the day. After having breakfast and coffee, the 2 of them knocked out the stuff in the kitchen. Only 1 box, but it consisted of the things they used most. Alix and her mom spent 2 more weeks packing their belongings. The moving company was scheduled to pick up the boxes the next morning. Alix's journey into the realm of Japanese language had been both exhilarating and humbling. She'd managed to acquire a basic vocabulary, enough to navigate simple conversations and to understand the gist of everyday interactions. The nuances of pronunciation, however, often eluded her. While listening and speaking posed their challenges, reading and writing Japanese presented a formidable Everest. The intricate system of kanji, with its thousands of characters, each carrying a multitude of meanings and readings, was enough to make even the most dedicated language learner break out in a cold sweat. Despite the difficulties, Alix persevered, driven by a deep fascination with Japanese culture and a desire to connect with the people she met in their new home. She understood that achieving fluency might be a long and difficult process, but she was determined to try her best to reach her goal. Before leaving for the airport, Alix and her mom had an emotional goodbye with Alix's dad and their cousin Emily, who had been helping them pack and prepare for the move. The house was filled with mixed emotions. While Alix was excited for the adventure ahead, it was hard to leave behind the only home she'd ever known. Emily and Alix reminisced about their childhood memories, promising to stay connected despite the distance. Alix's dad, though supportive of the move, couldn't hide his sadness at seeing his daughter leave. The final moments were filled with hugs, tears, and promises to visit, as Alix and her mom stepped out the door, leaving behind a chapter of their lives and stepping into the unknown. They arrived at the airport and checked in. With about an hour to spare, they reached their gate and waited for boarding. Since they were flying first class, they qualified for pre-boarding, so they decided to explore the first class lounge and grab a quick snack while they waited. an overall pleasant area, they were able to find some fruit and yogurt to hold them over until food service on the plane. As soon as the gate announcer called for first-class passengers to begin boarding, they made their way to the gate. They had chosen seats that were located in the middle row, offering them aisle access on both sides and ensuring they could sit together. The comfortable, luxurious seats would make their 22-hour flight bearable. They dressed for comfort in leggings, an oversized t-shirt, and a large sweatshirt, planning to change into nicer clothes once they were closer to Tokyo, where they would be met by Mom's driver. The airline provided a nice amenity bag containing toothpaste, lotion, and other items. They also received pajamas and slippers. They felt truly pampered flying first class. There were quite a few food options awaiting them once they were in air, and the flight attendant brought them each an orange juice to enjoy while they waited for takeoff. The flight to Tokyo was a long but comfortable journey filled with a mix of nervous excitement and eager anticipation for the adventures that awaited. The gentle hum of the aircraft engines and the soft glow of the cabin lights provided a soothing ambiance, allowing for moments of quiet contemplation and reflection. As the plane began its descent through the clouds, a sense of growing excitement filled the air. Passengers leaned forward in their seats, peering out of the windows, eager to catch their first glimpse of the sprawling metropolis below. And then it emerged. Tokyo, a mesmerizing tapestry of neon lights, towering skyscrapers, and ancient temples. The sheer scale and density of the city was awe-inspiring, a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. The plane gracefully touched down at Haneda Airport, its arrival smooth and efficient, a welcome contrast to the long hours spent in the air. Stepping onto the tarmac and breathing in the crisp morning air, it was clear that this was the beginning of an unforgettable experience in the heart of Japan. The sights, sounds, and smells of this vibrant city were a world away from the familiarity of home, promising a journey of discovery and exploration.